Hey, yo, what's going on, guys? A new episode number 18 of Marvel Yap today. Today, we're going to be talking about the patch that just came out. We're actually going to be going over Datamines for the first time live on Marvel Yap. We're going to be talking about some OTA changes that we're wishing for the OTA that is coming out on Thursday. And we're going to talk about some cosmetics we would love to see in the game. We're going to be also talking about Luna Snow, Galacta, and some rough ideas we have for Peni Parker, since Peni Parker just came out at the time of recording this. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. And as always, we are joined with the hostest with the mostest, notmydance. How are we doing today, Dance?
I'm doing great, bud. It's a fun time. I'm excited. I'm really excited about today. We're doing it a little different today, and I'm loving it. We've got some fun stuff, and also I'm just excited to kind of be back in the grind. I was out of town for a bit. I got back last night, and I'm honestly just stoked to be able to sit down, play some more Snap, play some more Rivals, because I haven't really gotten to play that since the Rivals since it came out. And I don't know, I'm just excited for a lot of stuff right now. How are you feeling, bro?
Man, I am feeling freaking fantastic. I mean, Rivals is so much fun. I still been playing a little bit of Snap too, but I definitely think Rivals took the collab with Snap and it just put more people off of Snap and into Rivals, and the player count is through the roof. Just on Steam alone, there was at one point over 480,000 people playing Marvel Rivals, and that's just counting Steam. That's not counting any other platforms, which is freaking crazy to think about, you know?
Yeah, I think they said they've hit like I feel like they said they've hit 3 million. I feel like I saw that number somewhere, like just in terms of like new viewers or new players over the first like 40 or 72 hours or whatever, which is just really sick and awesome to see. So I'm glad the game's been getting a lot of hype. And I'm hoping that we're gonna have some fun stuff here coming up in the OTA this week. Patch we'll talk about here in a second, but actually, do you want to tell it rather than me just spoiling it all? Do you want to talk about what we're doing today?
Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about the new patch. We wanted to wait a little bit on the Yap today because we knew the patch was coming, and we wanted to do something a little bit different. We're also going to be going over the Datamines today on the Yap. This is going to be raw, and our first live reactions to the Datamines. We're also going to be talking about the OTA. It's supposed to be hopefully a big OTA this Thursday because, you know, we're not going to have another OTA for another month again because the holidays, which we totally get it. It just kind of sucks for, you know, the state of life in the game where it is currently. And then we're going to talk about some potential cosmetics we would like to see in the game, where at the same time, we're kind of at the point where it's like, do we actually want to spend money on Snap right now? Or at least that's kind of where I'm at, where I'm like, I'd rather, if I were to spend money, I'd spend it on Rivals, on a character I'm going to be playing for a long period of time. But this is a Marvel Snap podcast, a Marvel Snap Yap, but we do have Peni Parker on screen. What are you thinking about Peni Parker? I know we probably haven't played any games with her just yet at the time of recording this, but
Nah, she's been out for when we're recording this, she's just come out basically, so we've got her on screen, and that's about it. So I'm still excited for her. I think a lot of people are talking about, and I think we've talked about, right, using her in the move bounce shell.
Yep.
That's already been doing pretty well, and I'm thinking she's going to take that deck over the top. So I'm excited to see what is going to occur there. And I think it's just going to be a really fun deck and fun place for her to exist nonetheless. As well as I actually really am. I think I've talked with you a little bit. There was this I want to see how much you can do with the merge. Because I feel like going into your like buy or bust, you talk about the ceilings and the floors of cards, right? And I feel like the ceiling of this card is going to take so long to potentially like, even just hit in the slightest. I think there's so many different places, so much stuff you can do at the top of this. And I think it's going to be awesome to see where that goes, where this card will go. So I think in general, this is just going to be a really fun card. I'm excited for it. Like, I don't know. How are you feeling about this in particular?
So I like this card. It's my favorite card of the month because you just have to think a lot. There's so many different synergies and stuff with it. I was talking with Glazer about this. I was like, there's also Wiccan stuff you can do with this. You get a 3-cost you can play. If you do get a God curve, let's say you are running Agony and you play Peni onto Agony, you can play Wiccan on turn 3. So, like, there's a couple just different instances where you can truly pop off with this. I definitely think the move shell is really solid because it also guarantees that you can move your next card. like move the card next turn that whatever the spider merges with, which your Human Torch at that point becomes a 1/10, and then you can Frigga it, or then you can Ghost Spider it. Like there's a couple just different options you can do there. I do think it is going to take some learning with this card. This is the first like interaction we've had with this, and I feel like this card, and I think Rocket and Groot are one of those cards you really have to kind of think about placement and what you're setting up for, opposed to maybe some of the other cards. But I think it's going to be really fun. I think this could work also in Phoenix Force at the same time as well, destroying this spider and then allowing that to be able to merge with something later. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's a couple different ways you can go with it. I'm very interested to see what people actually create, because I feel like you can plug and chug, but at the same time, you might be just creating new things for this card.
Yeah, so I've heard Phoenix Force talked about with this card, and again, we haven't seen the card actually played, so we don't have a lot on this yet, right? But I'm not actually the most, I don't have the most faith in Phoenix Force, just due to the fact that the deck has to be so narrow because of all the different lines you have to play. And you have to be able to work in all the destroy cards, and you're able to be working the move cards, and then Phoenix Force, and then make sure that, okay, what payoffs do I have if I don't even get Phoenix Force, right?
Right.
And so I feel like this card may still work there, right? I'm hoping, but I think it's already such a tight list that, I mean, this probably takes the spot of like, what, Symbiote Spider-Man?
It would be like a Symbiote Spider-Man, so then you can still do like some Doctor Strange. Like you're pouring more into the move side of things with this opposed to like the Nimrod side of things. But like you said, it's super narrow, and you would have to swap out a bunch of other pieces to focus this in the way you might be wanting to focus this, opposed to just reviving cards and moving them. So I totally see that.
Yeah. I think there's going to be a world where this can work, right? I feel like we've seen Phoenix Force decks running like Magic, and I've seen Pixie stuff. No, Pixie stuff I've seen inside of like decks that are using Phoenix Force, just a side note, right? Like, just as with like Misery, like a fun combo type, which has been fun to see. But they probably have to lean a lot more away from that destroy side, which I don't know how much they will really be able to do. So it'll be interesting to see. But I do think in general this card's gonna be really good. Like I think the move bounce is gonna be one of the best places. I really am wondering if we can do. I'm hoping that there might be a place where we can go with something akin to, like you said with Frigga, and maybe even like I want a Black Panther deck to work. Is that I don't know if I'm crazy for that, but I want that card to work. I want that to be a legitimately competitive deck, and I'm wondering if this maybe as another way to ramp it out, or just another thing to merge into Black Panther. I'm wondering if we could finally see a place where it might actually work. I'm hoping, and especially with it moving, right? And I think one of the things, especially with it moving, Zola, you can fully set this up inside of a full list or a full lane, and then move this over to an empty lane, and then you're good. Right? So honestly, this could be a thing with Galactus as well.
Yeah,
right?
just being able to get the ramp out and then moving a card away from that lane for Galactus stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Like you can throw Penny there, do Spider, or even, like I said, Symbiote Spider-Man. Merge that with Penny, then put the Spider on it or whatever. Maybe energy works differently. I don't know the curve exactly.
No, dude, you could totally do that. You can get Symbiote Spider-Man to a 4/10 and then move him on turn 6 to a different lane, and then Galactus.
Yeah, Galactus. Yeah. Actually, no, but then you'd have to double activate, maybe? Or no, you just play Spider on it.
Yeah, so you just play the Spider onto the Symbiote Spider-Man. Symbiote Spider-Man can move on turn 6, and then you play Galactus, activate, and you should be good.
I wonder if there's a world where you do a Galactus Phoenix Force list. Because especially with your other locations being destroyed, your cards of those can be destroyed. I wonder if Phoenix Force could actually have a synergy with Galactus that we haven't really messed with.
That would be crazy. I'm not opposed to just do some testing, but I like where your head's at.
I haven't thought about that before. Sorry, I'm just yapping in case it isn't obvious. But even before we talk about everything else that came out in the new patch today, we've also had a week to play with Galacta as well as Luna Snow. What have you thought about them?
So I love Galacta. I think Galacta fits the mold of a really strong season pass card, but in the sense more of like an Agent Venom opposed to like a Surtur. In the sense where it's super good, maybe some instances, maybe people will say it's OP, but it's not the same as like Surtur's kind of sense of like, you're just playing dumb stuff with it. Like with Galacta, you're playing some crazy stuff up. It's super flexible in the sense where like you can play so many different varieties of lists and have success. I loved using her in Surfer, getting a Brood to 5 power and just being able to then Absman in and get the Absman to 7 power. Like the Broodlings just went crazy. And then Luna Snow was fun. I feel like there's definitely instances I've enjoyed Luna Snow, but she's nothing crazy for me. I think if she came out a couple seasons ago, I think it would be different. But I think right now, if you have to choose between playing Galacta or Luna Snow, I'm picking Galacta like 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah, I don't think they do the same thing, but I've seen people try to put them both inside of the same deck. I think Galacta's, like you said, I think it's much closer to Agent Venom was, right? Where it's just like you can put this inside of whatever deck you need to, and it will give you good stats. You will see good dividends on whatever you're playing there. Whereas with Luna Snow, she's a lot more narrow. When I'm messing with her, I mess with her. I told you I said I wanted to do it inside of like some high Evo stuff. And when I was doing that, the biggest thing I was thinking is like, I think I need to wait. I think I even told you where you're like, I maybe want to mess with this high Evo deck that you were trying out. And I'm like, I think you have to wait on high Evo until Bruce Banner comes out.
Yes.
Because I think at this point, you're kind of just sitting there like, I don't know if I don't even know if you're getting all the value you need to from that stuff. So I think Luna Snow, I think her stats are pretty bad right now, actually. But
yes,
I think she's going to be better. I think she's fine. I just don't think. I think we're gonna need to wait a little bit for her to get some good returns before anything else will actually occur there. So, but I will say, by the way, one of the things in terms of like our OTA that we're gonna talk about later, Galacta's been working. I've been seeing Scarlet Spider played legitimately with Galacta.
Yep.
What did you do? What did you do when I was out of town?
That wasn't me. It wasn't me, but it is really cool to see Scarlet Spider actually have some like, is it viability? I guess would maybe be the word, to like actually be able to be played. Of course, you know, playing him out in turn 6 is kind of a dead card, but if you play him out earlier than that, you actually get value. And 4/8 being able to go on 2 lanes seems, you know, really solid. And if you do get some hand buff, maybe even earlier, it's pretty good. But it's a nice kind of just alternate. I think like people were playing just a bunch of surfer stuff, and now we're playing a bunch of buff stuff. So it is really cool just to see Galacta allowing you to play cards you maybe haven't really played a lot of in the past. I've seen some Shuri Kitty stuff as well. But I don't know. I'm very excited just with that right there. Not maybe super excited with Snap overall, I'll be honest, but I like that the new seasons felt fresh in that sense, and then afterwards just kind of just hopefully this OTA is good.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna have to. I think there's a lot of stuff writing on what this OTA is going to be, but I think what's going to be more interesting and more important is, I mean, everything that came out in the patch today. Which, to be fair, and it's not a big patch. Unfortunately, right, it's kind of just there in terms of another patch where it's just a bunch of backend stuff. There was so little in the patch, and I found this funny.
Yes.
There was so little in the patch that Glenn had to defend the patch existing.
What did Glenn say when he was defending the patch? Because I didn't read that.
Yeah, so he what is it? I think he said, and I want to make sure I pull it up correctly. What is it? He just said the patches are just, their purpose is to address changes that require client update. Many of those changes will be bug fixes, VFX additions, etc. Features, as large releases always require client update at some point, which means they will be using patches to deliver them. But the purpose of the patches aren't to deliver features, it's to deliver ongoing game improvements. Features are a subset of that, and that's mostly quoted from him. So he's just saying that the game's getting better. Okay, like, cool. I guess it's like, I think it's just a thing where like, we're seeing it every single time we get excited about a patch. I think we have to stop being excited about patches.
Yeah.
I think we have to. And I wish we could be more excited about them, but I think they've pretty much said this isn't going to be a thing we are going to be excited about. Like, we shouldn't be freaking out over the fact that we have another patch coming out because they're not putting crazy things in it.
No, and I think it's like, we don't have to be excited about the patch, what they're adding there. I think we get more excited about the Datamines when it comes to that instance, which is why I'm really excited that we're actually going to be going over the Datamines today. But just to reference what the patch added, we got our series drops. Finally, the series drops we talked about, I think was it
so
last,
impactful.
yeah, so impactful, you know. Kitty Pryde, Luna Snow, and
no, Luna Snow didn't drop.
That would have
been the quickest. That would have been the quickest series drop we've seen.
Snow Guard, Kitty Pryde, and who is the other?
Jean Grey.
Jean Grey. All 3 cards that should have already been Series 3 dropped to Series 3.
Thought they were.
Yeah. Sasquatch, Gladiator, X23.
Gladiator not Gladiator. So in Series 4,
Oh, Gladiator was
X23,
already, yeah.
X23, Iron Lad, Sasquatch, Beta Ray Bill, Grandmaster, Fastos, whatever, Pixie, Supergiant, and Valentina.
So Valentina was just in Spotlights as a Series 5 card. X23 is just in Spotlights as a Series 5 card. And now they're Series 4, and then...
Sasquatch is in Spotlights as a Series 4 card right now.
Yeah, Sasquatch right now is in Spotlights as a Series 4 card. Iron Lad hasn't really been really relevant in a hot minute, so it's really cool to actually see him drop to Series 4. Beta Ray Bill came out as Series 4 card instead of a Series 5 card, I'll be honest. But it's interesting to see that there. See, like, I'm so off Snap, I literally had forgotten all the other stuff there. And then the other stuff was just a couple bug fixes, and then split rates. Splitsmith is going away next Tuesday, even though Character Mastery is not coming out. Even though they said they were going to take away Splitsmith because of Character Mastery is not coming out today. We don't get any Character Mastery, it looks like, this month. It's still to be announced, so we have no ETA on that. And then they also did say with the patch today that we will have a bigger, substantial series drop early into Q1, or not early into Q1, just in Q1, which will be quicker than the past series drop, which is like 6 months. So we'll see what happens there, but nonetheless, we shouldn't be super excited about patches like Dan was saying.
No, I think it's just that at this point. I mean, I can't believe you're not excited about the fact that we can pay more money for some card borders.
Oh my goodness.
That is, they did also announce the fact that the Premium Plus, which to be fair, the Premium Plus has kind of just not been good. But they're saying that they're increasing it, so making it pay $5 extra, so you get a super rare and 3 more borders for $5 in the same extra levels. I was getting the super premium or whatever it was before. I don't think I will be anymore. I don't know. I don't care.
No, like,
it's just
the value they put on borders is way more than what us and a player really would want in the game. Like, imagine if it had been like deck slots. If it had been like deck slots, I'd be like, okay, maybe. But still, it's an extra $10 more now, or extra $10 from the just base. And I think they're removing the $15. It goes just 10 to 20 now, or is it 10, 15, 20?
It's 10 to 20, yeah.
So they add $5 and you get a super rare. I guess you'll see what the super rare is. Is it a super rare for the brand new card? Maybe that is justifiable. Or maybe it's for like a Series 4, Series 5 card, maybe. But if it's just, oh yeah, you're actually going to get you're going to get a super rare for a card that would have been in the battle pass anyways. Not the new card, but it's just, oh, it's a new Hela variant for you. Oh, it's a new Magneto variant for you. I don't know, unless there's some crazy animation or something on it, what's going to be the case, you know? Like, I don't like that.
I don't know. I feel like we're diving into a little bit of our final topic today of cosmetics, but I don't know. There's a candy cane border that I absolutely hate.
Oh yeah, the Cosmo got the candy cane border, and I think we had it from our Alliance rewards too, or was a web border?
I think that was a red web. I want to say
they look similar.
Yeah. You want to talk about Datamines? Let's talk about some of the Datamines because this is fun stuff here.
Yeah, let's actually see some fun stuff. I think we need a palette cleanser real quick.
Yeah. And so from what I'm not going to spoil anything, but I think this stuff that we're going to be talking about here, these are things that we kind of hit a little bit, right? We kind of talked about these a little bit ago inside of one of our previous yaps where we talked about them. And I think that they didn't have definitive stats, definitive numbers or whatever. But I think that's changed as of now. I think that we actually have some of that stuff. Again, subject to change, yada, yada, yada. But we do have some actual, like, cards here.
Yeah, we actually haven't looked at this yet. Like I'm telling you guys, this is our first time seeing any of these cards, like data, to see if they got changed, if, you know, stuff from the season in January got updated or whatever. But you want to go ahead and dive right into it?
Let's see what we got here. The biggest thing is, okay, yeah, so Batroc the Leaper, right? We talked about him before. He's a 1/2. When a card moves, follow it to gain +2 power, and that's still once per turn. I mean, if this could just be an actual good movement card, and I'm down.
Yeah, and once per turn, you play this on turn 1. You play Silk on turn 2, maybe. And then he just gets the extra value from Silk moving. You get the Miles value. This card is going to be, like, really I think it's going to have some power. Like, it could be a powerful card, actually.
Oh, yeah, 100%. This is going to be a great card. I think Batrock's going to be, honestly, a card that's going to, I'm going to be willing to bet it's going to get nerfed pretty quickly or needing to get nerfed pretty quickly. Speaking of getting nerfed quickly, Bullseye apparently got nerfed already. But I still think he's going to be good. I'm glad that we have a 3 cost at an activate potentially for Bullseye.
I like him way more at 3 than actually at 4. I think it's better to be able to play out either on curve or later in the game because I don't want this taking up your turn 4. Like, this is actually better to be able to play Dracula on 4 still if you are playing the Dracula stuff.
Yes.
You can play this on 5 and then play a MODOK kind of thing.
I don't think you can put Dracula in the deck.
You don't think you put Dracula at all?
Because what is it? You're discarding all the cards that cost 1 or less from your hand, right? So at that point, you're filling up your hand with a bunch of probably swarms there, and do you really want to get rid of them?
Yeah, either Swarm or Scorn.
Dracula 4/3. Scorn is good, but then you have like a 1 in 3 chance depending on when you're playing it, or maybe I guess now that it is like a turn 3, you could do turn 3, play this, turn 4 Dracula, turn 5 MODOK, and then activate, and then you play all the swarms down on turn 6.
Yeah, because if you do that, you afflict 3 different cards with -2.
Assuming you haven't discarded anything like with just a Calling Wing even earlier on. So that's not okay. I retract what I said. It's not bad.
Or honestly, going back into what you're saying too, maybe you don't do Dracula and it just is more of a collector discard kind of thing. And like that, then you set up, you do a Wong into a MODOK kind of thing, and then you also have Bullseye to be able to offset that. And maybe you're playing Gambit or something too, and then you have Bullseye. So you just have so many Swarm in your hand, and then you afflict potentially 7 different cards with -2. Hazmat, where are you now?
I'm sold. I'm sold. I'm down immediately. I'm so down. No, that's gonna be a blast.
So that's really cool. I actually do like him more at 3. Yes, he lost 2 power, but he's just better on curve, I think, at 3. 4 cost is always just so clunky as it is anyways, unless you have Zabu.
Dude, activates are, what is it? The better activates, I think, are lower cost. Like Black Widow is one of my, actually I think one of the best designed activates currently. So I really prefer that so much more. Ooh, Cap's Shield. Say what that is?
So Cap Shield, we were talking about it last time. Dance is really high on this card. Before we had seen like the stats for it, when he was just reading it. Ongoing, this can't be destroyed. Give your Cap +2 power when this moves to Cap's location. So on the ongoing part is that it can't be destroyed. The +2 power looks like that probably is something that can happen multiple times.
Yeah, I would have to imagine, because it reads like that is 2 separate abilities right there. Because I mean, yeah, because it just doesn't seem like an ongoing ability there. So, I said it last time, and I'll say it again. I love the idea of cards that are not good getting more love by lieu of this type of stuff. Bruce Banner, Captain America's Shield, and it was Sam Wilson, right? Without anything else seen here, right? For just from last time. So in general, I love this stuff. I think this is a great way to, and Doom 2099, a great way to make it so these comic characters, these fan favorites that we've seen for so long and are just like, yeah, you don't actually play any of these. You play a deck full of, you know, the girl Hulk banged once, as well as the villain from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and Misty Knight.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. In general, I love the stuff that gives life to the cards that aren't super exciting, aren't super interesting. That's super awesome to me.
I would love to see, this is a little also spoiler for cosmetics, but like them having some of these newer cards that have tokens, have token variants. I feel like that
token
would
variants,
be amazing.
Please. That's all I want. I feel like that's one of the biggest things the community have said. Like, you want to talk... God. Okay, let's hold for cosmetics. Oh, Cobra. Oh, I don't like him.
He looks weird. Stats wise, he's above premium 3/5 stats. Abilities, you can only play this at a location where your opponent has exactly 1 card. So I mean, you can play this on curve, but you can only play it if your opponent has 1 card at this location.
Or I could play Gladiator. And also destroy one of their cards. And if I don't, I've got Shang-Chi in my deck and I'm fine.
Yep.
This card should be 3-8 or 3-7. I think. I don't think this is a 3-6.
Maybe they'll change it to old Max stats. I think because when Max was a 3-7 or whatever, you know.
Yeah, no, I think, whatever it needs to be, because I think Swordmaster's now 3-7, and honestly, I think he's at a fine spot, not crazy, but I just don't think there's a lot of decks that really utilize him. But I really think that Cobra is not exciting to me personally at this stat line. This feels like like I said last time, it felt like a 410, and at a 3-6, I'm very disinterested.
They don't want to just keep buffing the Surtur deck dance, you know?
Apparently, my bad. Okay. Ooh, Diamondback. So Diamondback has an ongoing ability of enemy cards here afflicted with negative power have an additional -2 power. So we were talking about it last time. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think we were saying something akin to we thought every single time a card got afflicted, it got bonus things afflicted to it. And I don't know if they've moved away from, again, previously Datamine, whatever. But now looking at that instead, I actually think for one, I actually think this is clearer, so I like that a lot more. And I think, it feels clearer in what it's supposed to do. And I just like the stat. Like, this seems like a good card.
Yeah, no, this seems like you play this with Hazmat. Hazmat becomes, instead of just, I mean, it's a -3 power potentially on one lane instead of just -1 with Hazmat. Of course, it is also ongoing, but you also could pair this with Man-Thing, and I wonder if this counts for both, or it's just as enemy cards. So even if your cards are hit by Man-Thing, it would be like -4 affliction there with Man-Thing opposed to just by himself, which is pretty cool, and then literally could steal you games.
Yeah, no, this is also, when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, I really want to mess with that, if Spectrum deck.
Yes.
And you could throw a little bit of maybe Ajax in there, maybe a little bit of, honestly, with the new Captain America, the shield right there, could do some fun stuff.
Yeah, that could be cheeky. That's
fun. Falcon. Or Joaquin Torres Falcon, in particular. As an ongoing ability, the on-reveal abilities of your 1-cost cards here happen twice.
That's really good for like bounce with like Sable, Nico, Hood even potentially.
Yeah, no, this is as a 3-cost. Like this is interesting. I know immediately, like, I feel like your brain is supposed to think of bounce when you see this card. I don't know if I'm thinking of bounce, though. I don't know if bounce is going to like this card. Like, what are you doing in your turn 3 otherwise? Otherwise, you're playing a bunch of typically other drops and trying to bounce stuff, obviously. But you're taking 1 turn to set up. But then you haven't played any 1 costs down already. I don't know if I like it. I don't think it's even going to be, like, maybe it may, but because, like, as a 1 cost, or instead of bounce, you're playing as many 1 costs as you can as quickly as possible. So you play it on turn 1, play it on turn 2, then on turn 3, if you play this, you then have to pull them back into your hand and then move them over to Joaquin Torres' lane. And then you have to pull that stuff back into your hand, most likely including Joaquin, and getting less value. And I don't think it's a bounce card. I feel like you're supposed to think that.
You could do a regular move, though. Like Iron Fist shenanigans could work well with this.
Move bounce. Move bounce, I could see. Okay. Yeah. Okay, you've sold me on move bounce, but that's a fairly newer deck. I don't know if it's meant just for that one, but I do like that better for there. But I don't. Yeah. It feels narrow in its application. I'm assuming there are plenty of 1-drops that are going to really enjoy it, but I'm not stoked by it.
And I think this is better with like Black Swan too. I think Black Swan would enable you to do some better stuff with.
Oh, Thanos.
Joaquin, yeah, Thanos, yeah.
Thanos. No, this is a great Thanos card. Okay, no, I'm more on this card now. That's fine.
All right.
No, I'm trying to figure out what I like about these cards. Like if I like them or don't, like real quick, basically. Wait, did Moonstone get buffed?
Moonstone went to 4/6. I love it. Let's go. They love the power creep is real. It's wheel. Moonstone going to 4/6 actually is really solid. Actually, I like that a lot.
It could just be narrow in the amount of ongoing effects that like you're trying to do there. So maybe that's it. Okay.
But actually, you know why? You know why Joaquin has, the ability right here? It's because of Red Wing.
Red Wing. Oh, Red Wing. As a 1/2 on reveal, return one of your other 1-cost cards here to your hand to give it +2 power. Oh, I mean, okay, so that's just a combo. Never mind. Okay, so it's like when we had Proxima and Corvus together, right? We were just kind of like, all right, you want Corvus, if you want to play Corvus, you can, but just wait till you get Proxima.
Mm-hmm.
I think, honestly, it's maybe similar to Luna Snow and Bruce, but yeah, okay, no, this is just, yeah, it's just a combo there. That's a great card. Actually, okay, Red Wing is sick for bounce. I actually love that.
And as a 1-cost, you can bounce this back, and then, like, you have just another enabler. Like,
yeah.
Oh, this is awesome.
Why is this a 1? Why is this so good? Oh, I love it. Oh, this is dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is so... Oh, it's so good. It's bad.
If you can target this the right way, too, you could play this onto a Human Torch and get the Human Torch to get +2. Oh, this is crazy.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay. Yeah, bounce season confirmed. I'm down.
Hitmonkey is going to get nerfed again. They're going to nerf Beast again. Toxin's going to get nerfed, and then...
You're saying things like they're a joke, but I'm believing you.
No. Oh, my gosh.
Dude, I can't wait for Beast to be a 4/5.
Oh, gosh. You have to Zabu Beast out. Oh, no. Please, no.
Why are you saying things that are going to be truthful?
Oh, my goodness.
Sam Wilson, Captain... Oh, game start.
Okay.
I don't mind that. That's good. That's fine.
And you can move Cap Shield ongoing? So, like, whenever?
Yep. I think that was the same as when we saw it before, but yes.
Okay.
I like it. I like this entirely. Because again, I think this is what we talked about before. So I'm also it's a 2/3, so it's also like really easy to play.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing I really love most, honestly, is the fact that yeah, because you play this on turn. What is it? This is turn. You play this on turn 2 to a different location other than the shield.
Mm-hmm.
And then on turn 3, you move the shield to your location.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also play Captain America base to another location. And you're just bouncing between them each turn.
Boom, 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 boom.
Honestly, I love that stuff. Like, actually, that's kind of cool. Like, yeah, what is it? Imagine legitimately inside of... Oh, I feel like... Is it the third Captain America I'm thinking of where... I think Bucky held a lot more of the shield in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it bounced off the walls, and then it gets bounced over to Bucky, who grabs it, does something, and throws it back over to Captain.
Oh, yeah, in Civil War? Yes.
Yeah. So I feel like we're kind of getting that here. Give me Bucky, Barnes, Captain America, and I'm down. Give me all 3.
Oh my goodness, that would be
Dude,
wild.
I'm down. I'm down. A Captain America trifecta deck. I'm so here for it. Oh, it's not even a thing. How many other characters have had the mantle of Captain America?
I honestly have no clue.
I want that. I just want every single character who's ever been Captain America to all bounce the shield between each other, please.
And I think that Spectrum list, like, you actually can play...
Captain Carter.
No.
Sorry.
That's true. Captain Carter.
She better have it, too. It better work for her. Because it's called Captain America's shield, not... Actually, I don't know. It's Captain America. But she holds the shield. It's the same.
Mm-hmm.
She should get it.
She's a captain.
We'll see.
It's still...
Yeah. Because it adds power to Cap. Is that what the card says, right?
Yeah, to Cap. Which Captain America doesn't have to just be one... It could be Agent Carter or Captain Carter as well. It could be, male, female, or other as well. So,
question: Captain Marvel?
I
don't think so.
I don't think so.
But that's the
either.
only other character that we have in the game that has Captain in their name.
Mm-hmm.
We have a couple variants of characters like holding the shield, but I think that's the only one that's actually that. So that's interesting. Okay.
And then we also have Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, which is...
This card is the same.
Wild. When your opponent ends a turn with unspent energy, draw a card with 10 or more power.
Yeah, this is... what is it? This is... again, we had seen this stuff before. We guessed it was 10 or more power. We were right about that. As a 2... This is going to be such a dumb card.
You could play that. You literally could just play this in Arishem, by the way, and tempo wave, and pretty much get a guaranteed 10 draw.
This is so... Oh my god, this is gonna be a... Dude, these cards are all great.
Mm-hmm.
I was excited by them before. Now I'm just like, I'm stunned. This is...
And Cobra's your favorite, right?
What's the next card we got? I see one more over there. Oh, Victoria Hand just had some text change. Okay.
That were created. Okay. That's
Sure,
fair.
it doesn't matter.
All right.
Card. There you go. Oh, I love that. That's good.
Oh my
that's-
gosh.
That looks funny, bro. I'm getting. Have you ever played Dead by Daylight?
Yes.
I'm getting Dead by Daylight vibes from that specific card back. Like you're trying to hide in a locker from the killer, and you just are peeping out the crack, and then you see them walk by, and you take a deep breath. Then they stand back, and you see like in front of the crack, and you get to see them, and then you're like, God, they know what. And anyway.
What? Wait, no! Come on! You should have made the other one the gold one.
What do you do with the other one though? I don't feel like they really want the whole red, white, and blue thingy. I don't think you can do anything else with that one. It makes sense for this one.
Okay.
Ultimate
Dazzler.
I feel like the bundle one was even better. I don't know. I'm not as excited about that one. Down for that. That's cool.
Promo armor. New location. Oh,
promo war or location war? March is confirmed to be the 1 million BC season. Oh my gosh, I'm so gonna be down for that. I love this Moon Knight. That looks so good.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, I'm so down for the 1 million BC season.
Yeah,
that's gonna be such a good one.
And that's the super premium variant. Wait. Oh, mastery info. Okay.
So it's gonna have the little like diamonds, whatever. So I'm assuming if we're seeing this already, I wonder if it's gonna be in the next patch.
In like January, maybe.
Yeah. Mastery's been fully finished, but it's going further along. Currently, there are 30 levels in the data. Breakdown is included at the end of this article. Okay.
Sweet.
Fair enough. And we have spotlights too. I think we knew about these weeks for the most part. I don't mind any of this stuff.
Same. Okay, I think they swapped Moonstone and Bullseye. They're the weeks,
I believe you.
I think.
I believe you.
Ares, still King, Misery.
That was the same, yep. And then, all right. Oh, wow, we got the original Makari. I didn't think we'd ever see this one.
Oh, my gosh. Yo, this Joaquin and Namora are awesome.
Yeah. What's the artist for that? He Tianyu? I don't know if I've seen that name before.
And John Romita Jr., he does a lot of the Spider-Man storylines, too.
Oh, fun, yeah. Cool. That's cool. No, that was the original Makari. I think Makari got changed in the comics to match what they had in the MCU a little bit more. But that's fun. Yeah, no, look at that. So he I don't know the name. I'm going to butcher it, so I'm not going to bother saying it. But doing the same stuff. I actually really like that. I'm not going to lie. See, this is the, what is it? The meme of like the Virgin versus Chad, right? Between these two Rosses. Look at these two Rosses and tell me that's not correct. Like, one of these guys is a bureaucrat who's never spent a day doing anything meaningful, just orders people around, does nothing beneficial. And the other one if you are fumbling with your gun, he reloads it for you and like destroys the target, right? Like,
yep.
That's a Chad right there. That's a sick Ross.
That's an awesome Ross. The Nebula is incredible.
I do love that.
The Blink is really cool.
I'm glad Blink's finally coming back because she's been out for a while and we haven't seen her in a spotlight.
Like 8 or 9 months, I feel.
Yeah. It's been crazy. That's the best Baron Zemo in the world. Oh my god. That's the best Baron Zemo.
Oh my gosh, that Zemo is amazing.
Toon World. I want more Toon World characters. That's confirmed.
Oh my gosh. The Red Wing's incredible. I love the Loki's finally back in spotlights too. Bro,
sorry,
that is
looking at
so
the Baron
funny.
I want more. I just want more and more.
Oh, well, you have the Toon World Annihilus, I think, coming out this month or next month, I think.
Hopefully. I believe you. I don't remember, but I think it is soon. Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay.
I love that so much. Oh, that's a great Nimrod.
My word.
Oh, that's such a good Nimrod.
Oh my
that's so good.
Gosh. And that Phoenix Force?
Yeah, that's a great Phoenix Force too.
But that Nimrod.
I love that. That's good.
Oh, the Diamondback's awesome too. Like this artist is incredible.
I like this artist. This artist feels like what we see with the panda art stuff, but just refined a little bit.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
That's so good. And then we just got a bunch of new variants. Wait. I'm gonna have to.
Is this like a Pokemon card?
I think release. No, okay. Well, look at the release date for me real quick. It releases on February 14th. I think that's Tinder.
That is Tinder.
Did you ever use Tinder? We're both married and we're both young.
Yes.
Did you ever use Tinder?
I did.
I've never used Tinder. Is that what Tinder looks like?
Yeah, I mean a little bit. That's so funny. Oh my gosh.
I love the fact that I was wondering why it was like a weird black line on the screen, but no, you got Agent Coulson with like a Tinder background telling you it's his name 49 next to it, like doing a hang loose thing, and his eyes are blacked out because he's a secret agent.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's mint. The Ajax is so good, by the way, as well. I really do want to point that out, but I'm really just enjoying the. Oh god.
Anti-Venom bundle, Series 5 bundle.
Okay.
This Annihilus looks sick. The Angela, the Agent 13. Aranya looks awesome. Oh my.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Yo, Victor Faro doesn't miss.
Doesn't miss. Oh, I love Victor Faro stuff right there. That's a rare. Give me that for free. Thank you.
Oh my.
Oh, I love these. These are good. These are amazing. Black Cat. Black Cat on there too. Is that called Snapper? Wait, I'm sorry.
Yes,
Snapper in terms of like instead of Tinder in the background? That's amazing.
Victor Faro, Black Widow.
So ooh, that's good too. I like that a lot more than what was done with the Victor Faro White Widow one.
Yes.
That's really good.
Oh my
Blob.
gosh.
Blob and Cable looks so good. That's Panda art? Oh my, Panda art. That's one of the best Panda art ones right there with the Blob.
These are freaking crazy. Okay.
That's so good. I love that stuff.
Okay, the Rian's good. Oh my gosh, that cap.
Oh, yeah, so He Tian Yu. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'm gonna hope.
Mm-hmm.
He Tian Yu. I'm gonna hope that that's how you're saying it, and also like that's some good style. So I wonder if that's gonna be like the whole thing. So, so that Cobra, is this gonna be? I bet that's gonna be like the
Diner.
The diner or the thing. They also said there was like a location war at one point. I think we saw earlier. Maybe there's another new game mode, something like that. I'm down. I like that.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Corvus Glaive bundle. Ooh, okay.
Are they really just going to make this card acquisition just buying bundles?
I'm hoping no. I'm sorry, but that Dakin looks so dumb.
I hate it.
What? Dude, his face looks... Okay. I'm just so distracted by his face.
We get a Faro Darkhawk!
Oh, Faro Emblem.
My gosh! Yo!
They're striking me down.
Oh, these Diamondbacks are amazing, though. All the Diamondbacks cook.
Yeah, Diamondback's awesome.
Ultimate Doom? Fantasy Ultimate Doom? Oh my gosh.
That's so good.
Though these Stranges too.
These are good variants. They're cooking these holidays. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Ghost Spider doesn't
the...
miss. Yep, Falcon, Season Pass.
So they're just putting Captain America and Falcon in the Season Pass for Captain America Sam Wilson. That's fun. Okay. I just saw the Goose.
That's really cute.
Wait, who's the artist for Goose?
Moon Colony.
Oh, okay. No offense if Moon Colony's chill. It's giving AI. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh my gosh.
If it's not, I totally apologize. But I'm just like based off of what I've seen with that. Wait, look at hover over the else again. Lemon
Album.
art. Is that meant to be like Vogue?
Yes.
Are there some other Vogue-ish ones here?
Another one was the Copycat.
Oh, I missed that one entirely. Yeah.
And then there's the Hope Summers, the Jessica Jones.
There are. I didn't know. Show me those. I haven't seen those yet. We got that. Dan Hip Collector is fun. Oh, that's such a good Hulk. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, I love that one.
Oh my, the Kate Bishop's amazing too.
I love that. That's good. We don't even have a Kate Bishop like. No, we don't have a Gwenpool variant. Do we have a Gwenpool variant? I don't think so.
No.
That's an Iron Fist. It looks like the new guy, right? The season pass guy.
Yes.
Yep. Cool. Called it.
Victor
I love the
Faro, Iron Man.
That's the Victor Faro album. That's gonna be a Victor Faro album.
Oh
right
my
there.
gosh.
That's so good. Category protege. No source.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Huh. Me neither. Okay, fair enough.
Faro, Iron Lad. Oh my goodness, the Jubilee.
They're cooking. They're cooking.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, I love that show.
We actually get the alternate Null. So like, there's the Venom where he's holding the whatchamacallit, the title. This is one of the other ones. See, Null's holding the title here. Oh.
Yeah, and he's doing that to Venom.
Mm-hmm. Panda
that's so much fun.
Yeah, no, that Juggernaut's amazing with Wolverine's claws. It's a Flaviana, of course.
Yep.
Lockjaw.
Oh, I love it. It's good. I feel the same about that. Again, no offense meant to Moon Colony. I apologize, Moon Colony, if I'm saying it like I see it.
Yeah.
Do you think that's fair, or do you disagree? I don't know.
I could see it. I could see it. They're cute. But
no, they look good. But it feels like a style that I've seen a lot of AI things like mimic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But I didn't notice the Loki's actually has the hammer there.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. That's good. And then Mockingbird and Marvel. Hold up, is that Wait, time on the play. In that album, is that all we? Wait, that's Marvel Boy, Mockingbird, Copycat,
Jessica Jones, Hope
Jessica
Summers,
Hope.
Mm-hmm.
This is the whale out. This is a whale album of whale albums.
Yeah.
They did what was that one called from before? It was the Hellfire Gala.
Mm-hmm.
This Vogue one's gonna be much more.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Moon Girl, I like it. The Moon Knight, God, I'm excited for the BC season.
Peach.
Another
Ms.
promo.
Marvel looks awesome.
I will say the Noel, by the way, also said it was promo as well. Potentially 2 different ones.
Mm-hmm.
Could put out some Series 4, Series 5 cards for free, potentially, question mark. We'll see.
Oh, these Ms. Marvels are awesome. Victor Faro, Ms. Marvel. Man, Victor Faro is just so good.
It does good. I love that stuff. That's going to be so good. I love it.
Oh, the
Nimrod.
Nimrod. Proxima, we don't know. The Ravona Victor Faro. Oh.
This is hitting. Ah, yes. I love the Red Guardian. That's so
Oh
good.
my. Inhyukli Red
my.
Hulk.
Is that
Deadpool?
I think it's Deadpool. I think that's Deadpool.
Red Hulk with a mustache, too.
Oh, I love it. I'm so here for it.
Oh my gosh.
I love the Red Skull, by the way, as well, in case that wasn't said. Ross Red Hulk. We also saw that with like Bruce Banner Red Hulk. I don't know what that's gonna mean, but we did see both of those. Interesting.
Bro.
What's the Rock Slide?
That Rock Slide's a Faro, too.
Oh, that's a solid Faro.
Sage, Lemon Art.
Series 5.
Literally Series 5 album. Oh my gosh. New Scorn. Scorpion. She-Hulk on Tinder. Speed, bro. This entire album. Oh my goodness.
Dude, that's an expensive album. Never mind Star-Lord's there. It's chill.
Yeah, woohoo. It's chill.
Strong guy on Tinder.
Yo.
I love that. That's so good.
Oh my.
Dude, that US Agent, is that MCU style or something like that? Envar Studio.
So.
I don't know.
Bundle.
I love that. That's sick.
This is probably the super rare season pass card you get. Potentially.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah, right. We've got those that are going to be happening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ooh.
I don't know who the artist is, but I do love that stuff. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's some good stuff. We have a lot of bundles. I mean, we probably won't spend too long in these.
Corvus and Scorn. So 2 Series 5 cards in a bundle.
Oh, it's $100. You get a key. Oh, I hate that.
Jubilee.
God, I really hope they don't. The card acquisition. If the card acquisition is just them putting more cards in.
This is the Brood with the token.
Token. Token. Oh, I love it. Oh, yes, token variants. Yes. Oh, give me that. Inject that directly into my veins. Red Hulk
Rage
and
meets
Yugly, yeah.
Wade. Yep.
That's fun.
Nocturne's a bundle.
Oh my god. I
Ghost
mean, so they must
Spider.
have done testing and shown that like these bundles where they're putting stuff just like as future cards. Actually, that's a whoa. Wait, if that releases as is, that's an insane gold bundle. I thought they were. I've said it before. I thought they needed to like kill the gold bundles being that good. That's
A Series 5 card.
Series 5 for that much. Oh my gosh.
That's literally like half the price of a Series 5 card in gold.
yeah, and you get half a Series 5 card.
Yep.
That's actually insane. Nuts. That's fun.
Okay, Doctor Strange, Premium Mystery, Premium.
Do we have albums at the bottom? I feel like they typically do some stuff with albums.
Ooh.
Oh wait, hold up. Super Premium Instant Reward. Yeah, so you're right. That Viper's the free one, and you actually get Abomination next month.
Huh.
I don't mind it. That's a fun one. You get Cosmic Orange for that. Have we seen Cosmic Orange?
Yes, we got a Cosmic Orange with the server
you.
season.
That sounds right.
Emotes. Here's the album so far.
Oh, so but it's only 9. They typically have been or 8. They've been accurate about those in the past.
But it's
wow,
like
that's just...
these cards you get regularly, so you can get that Avatar, Neon White, 2,000 collector's tokens, and then the Elsa.
I mean, it's small, which is nice, but
you have to have the Series 5 cards.
that's a lot of Series 5 cards. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's Spotlight variants. Oh, so that's Spotlight variants. And Surtur. Surtur you had to buy. No, Surtur's chill.
No,
Surtur's
these weren't Spotlight variants.
Wait, were these not Spotlight variants? No, these were just... Oh
These
my god,
are
how
the
many
other ones.
Series 5? Wait. Oh my god.
So Series 5, Series 5, Series 5, Series 4, Series 5, Series 5, Series 4, Series 5.
So that's 6 Series 5 cards and 2 Series 4? Did I read that right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the 3x value Dark Hawk.
And then Shang-Chi, Black Widow, Iron Man.
And the Dark Hawk as well as the reward.
Yep.
God. I mean, I've said it before. These are typically meant to hunt the whales, and that's... I mean, God, it just feels so bad when they do one that's like kinda... when it's just so many of these Series 4 and 5 cards.
Yes.
Level XP requirements. I don't know how we're going to figure out the XP for these in terms of mastery, but is this it that we got over here, at least I think on this stuff?
Oh, this is the experience per variant. Experience per infinity split.
Okay, so here's the thing. Rare, super rare, spotlight, and ultimate. So you get experience for splitting your rarer cards.
Because
So
you
which one
technically
that
get
you-
another variant of it, right? Is that what you're saying?
I think so. So, or maybe not. Maybe it's just the base variant, and maybe it doesn't matter because then the infinity split. Okay. But I mean, ultimate variants now being even more pay to win, but not surprised. Yeah, I don't know. In general, there's some really cool art coming out this next stuff, as well as really cool cards.
Mm-hmm.
There's some, cosmetics and monetization. I don't know. Cool. We have a really fun OTA coming up, Tucker, in just in just a couple of days.
Yes.
Coming out on Thursday, and we have had word from Glenn that because because again it's been such a while between the OTAs, we've got another big one coming up.
Yep.
What's one of the cards that you think could be getting hit, being locked in for this OTA?
You mean hit as in like hurt or hit as in buffed?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I only have nerfs.
You only have nerfs? Really?
Yeah, I didn't mean for it to be that way, but I was looking at the cards that I was thinking, and it was kind of just that.
I mean, as much as I don't love Erisham, and I think it really stinks to play against Erisham, I'm praying that we get a buff for something like Miss Marvel. That would be like a dream buff. Would she just put her at like 4-5? Just give her 1 point of power.
I think she could easily get her last point of power back. By the way, bottom screen. But I definitely think that Miss Marvel can get some power back. I think that she's a card that has just not been seeing play for a long period of time, just due to the fact that, I mean, right? She's just so overshadowed by so much stuff nowadays.
Yeah.
Just not really great. I think even a single point of power would be fine. Put her at least in Cerebro 5, give her some home, because right now she doesn't have anything. And honestly, it could be really fun inside of, like I said, some ongoing like Spectrum stuff we could be seeing potentially in January's, or is it January, February? I don't remember.
February.
February. So they're just like that. I wouldn't mind it. Also, I do think she could see a resurgence just due to, like I said, like season pass cards and just the cards that are going to be coming out. But I love the idea of her getting a buff no matter what. Definitely.
And then what do you have for your first nerf?
Yeah, I didn't mean to have so many nerfs, but I guess I kind of do. The first one is just Eliath didn't need to get buffed to a 6'10". And if he was bad at 6'8", fine, put him back to at least a 6'9". I don't have crazy nerfs here. I'm just thinking a couple points here and there. And a point here, I think, is fine. I think at a 6'9", I think this card should be. I think 6'10", working with your, working with Surtur, working with so much stuff. It's just, I just don't like the card. And I don't think it should be everywhere. I don't think this card promotes good gameplay. Yeah, as someone who's been using this card often, I don't think this is a card that should be everywhere.
No, it just promotes having priority, and we're already in such a power-heavy meta, so like the odds of getting priority are much easier now, I would say, especially with people playing so heavy, powerful decks. I want to be opposed to this being, honestly, back at a 6'8", opposed to 6'9".
I like that more, but they said it needed to get up for some dumb reason. I don't know. I don't know what their logic was, but I'm just, I think this card should just get. I just want it to be brought. I think it needs to be reined in. I don't think it's. Again, I don't think any of these cards I'm talking about here are broken or just anything like that. I just think that the cards that I'm going to be talking about here are just, they're too easy to slot in my opinion. And that's kind of where all my cards are currently existing today. So Eliath, I think it's just too easy to slot in. I don't think you have to really sweat where you're going to be putting him. I don't think you have to really worry about any of that stuff. And I think he should probably get hurt because of that, just a little bit. He's fine. He can go back to a 6'8", and he won't be in. No one's going to matter or mind it.
I'd be cool with that. I feel like the card I'm thinking of, I talk about all the time, but especially now after seeing, was it Batlock? How do you say his name? The guy who, whenever a card moves, he gets +2 power.
Oh, Batroc, yeah.
Batroc. I think with the way Batroc is, this card, Meek just feels bad right now. I still think Scorn is the way better 1 cost to have in slot. I think making this a 1-2, maybe even a 1-3, would be what I would do for Meek. I think 1-2 is more reasonable. This guy just needs some extra love. Not at all giving him +2 power when a card gets discarded, but increasing his base power is something I think I would really love for this card.
I agree with you that this card is being overshadowed by Scorn, but I think Scorn's should go down, and that's actually one of my cards.
Okay.
So I want Meek to go up, but I think he's good as is. I think he is fine. I think this card is too good.
Okay.
Honestly, I have this, and I'm gonna say I've got 2 cards that I'm gonna say at the same time pretty much here. I have this and I have Proxima that I think both need to go down.
Okay.
Proxima is just a great card. Oddhawk as well as discard is just, it loves using her too much. I think 4/6, she could probably still be fine at a 4/5 as well. I think in both places the card is fine. I think 4/7 is, I don't know. I don't see a reason for this to be a 4/7. When I guess like it's the floor is a 4/6 that we have with like Thing and such, and Proxima Midnight being a 4/7 doesn't personally track to me. As well as Scorn is just such an easy ramp card. I just think it should at least be a 1. What was it? I want it either to be a 1-0 or 1-1.
So
I think both of those cards need to go down 1 or 2 points.
I think Proxima is okay at a 4/7 because you still kind of have to discard her to get that crazy value or just to get value. I do think Scorn going down to a 1-1 is feasible, or even the 1-0 because it does get that extra 2 power. I totally can see that. the way that ramps out. I think that I see more reasoning with the Scorn stuff than the Proxima, even though I do understand Proxima is a major feels bad when you see that Moon Knight come out and you know it's only going to hurt your hand and it's going to help your opponent every single time. That's the major feels bad. But I think Proxima herself, that's not an issue. I don't think Moon Knight's an issue at all either. But I could totally see the reasoning with the Scorn stuff. I know people have been arguing about that. And with Dracula, they said, why does Dracula get the extra power when the card ends? Opposed to, you know, when Apocalypse gets the extra 4, why does Dracula also get that extra 4? I know people have been complaining like that. Crazy too. But I think discard, for what it's worth, is okay then and there. But
that for what it's worth, I actually only had Proxima on my list, but Scorn was when I removed. But since you talked about Meek, I kind of felt like I wanted to bring back Scorn into it because I agree that Meek should get love, but I don't think it needs to be done with him. I just think Scorn is just giving you too much value in that slot as is currently. And so using either one of those two as a way that you build them up, either Meek getting value from when you discard a card or Scorn getting value from when you discard specifically her, or both. I just think one of those two needs to be changed up.
Yeah, no, I hear you. So I'm going to put on the new variant. Yeah. I love Hydra Bob. It was my most played card last season because of Surger Slam. But Hydra Bob needs to be a 1/4. Hydra Bob can't be a 1/5.
I think 2/5 or 2/6.
You think he needs to be a 2 cost instead of a 1 cost?
He released at a 1/4 and was a laughingstock. I don't think... maybe he will be fine at a 1/4 if he stays that way, but I think that it's going to cause a problem again, and people are just gonna be like, okay, it's just not good again. We're just gonna see a back and forth. Maybe it will be like, okay, people actually finally realize that the card's actually decently good, but I think it's gonna be better at a 2/6 or a 2/5.
I see the reasoning for 2/6 and 2/5. But I think with the condition and your opponent has to snap or you have to snap to move him at that, I think you can kind of... It just can't get Killmongered. I think this needs to be a card that can be destroyed in order to sway some of these games. So I think I like him at the 1. Maybe he doesn't need to get 20, but I think 1/4, he was a laughingstock because where the meta was at the moment. I think him at a 1/4 now definitely diminishes the card, but it doesn't kill him as much. Because, I mean, Martyr also is a 1/5, but Martyr just has a worse condition overall. Same with Titania, has a pretty bad condition. Whereas this, you can presumptively snap in the beginning of the game, play Bob at the end if your opponent doesn't snap, and you're good. But it would be interesting to kind of just to look at the metrics, maybe to see if Bob was a 1/4, how he would perform. But I think he definitely needs to stay 1 cost opposed to 2 costs, probably because I just love him too much at a 1 cost. But I don't hate the idea, but I definitely think we do need to see a Bob change in the future. He's just incredibly strong right now.
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely think that a Bob change in the future, just in general, I think is entirely fair. And I'd be, out of all the ones we've talked about so far, I want to say that is the one that I would be, I'm most expecting. I think a lot of people have been expecting a Bob change. And I think that is a very, I just feel like it's almost, I want to say a no-brainer to change him because, again, he just feels too good.
Yep.
He just feels really, really good. I don't see any reason why he shouldn't be. But I talked about it a little bit last week. And like I said, I'm trying to hit the cards that I feel like are just too good. The cards that I think are just, you put them in a deck and you're just never, and you're not punished for it. And I think you should be more punished for Luke Cage. And I'm thinking he either goes 4/4 or 3. I don't want to do 3/1 because of Ravonna. But I think, I mean, right? I could see 4/4, 4/5. I don't know, but I don't think 3. I don't think he can exist at a 3 cost. I think he's just simply too good and too little investment for such a positive effect. And I think I just don't believe that is a. Maybe it's fine. Again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm coping. Maybe I'm just hating. But I just don't. When I'm looking at this, when I'm looking at the stats, or I'm looking at the decks that are using him and his benefit, 9 times out of 10, if you're getting a benefit like that, there's a detriment that comes with it. When you're playing a Cosmo, you can't use your on reveals anymore either. There, with Luke Cage, he kind of just sits there and is insane.
Yeah, I think
So,
4 is reasonable, actually. Like, I know we're gonna get flamed for this, but I think 4 costs, it makes a lot of sense. I know there's a lot of global effects that you have the 3 cost for. I mean, Mobius is a prime example there too. But I think the Luke Cage, it is very applicable if you look at the decks he's played in. Like, it is, of course, offsetting what your opponent's doing. It's offsetting, maybe if you're trying to do hazmat stuff. But I think he is incredibly strong for what he does. And we have cards like Anti-Venom right now that really get enabled with Luke Cage stuff too, to be able to swing games. And I feel like, yes, that does hurt Luke going to a 4 cost, but at the same time, I think it's a necessary kind of change too.
Yeah, I think it also just helps you figure out. It helps like Snap maybe just have a better defined place for what they want 4 cost to be.
Yes,
Because I think that's a fine place for a 4 cost to be. And honestly, Storm shutting down an entire location, yes, it's delayed by a turn. And maybe she needs some love, but I think it's actually a fair thing for that to be a big effect like that. If Mobius got changed, I probably wouldn't be hating it, because again, it's like when the difference is between, like, honestly, and I don't have Mobius on my list because I don't think he's as prevalent right now in the meta. But with Luke Cage, it's, again, if I'm comparing directly Luke Cage to Cosmo, and it's comparing cards to each other isn't the best argument, because no card is the same. Really, unless you're going to talk about like all the cards with no abilities. But other than that, like, the cards aren't the same. Each ability has different metrics and different benefits and different losses. But when I look at the benefits of Luke Cage at a 3 cost and 3 power, it's only strictly an upside. I just profit here. My opponent doesn't profit, right? It doesn't make everyone's costs not have their power reduced. My costs are not reduced, or my power is not reduced. But when my opponent is playing a Mobius, my cost can't be increased and their costs, my cost can't be reduced and their cost can't be increased. And that's such a big difference. Again, similar to Luke Cage, which maybe, again, I'm saying it there, but Cosmo, when you play him, I'm shut out entirely from on reveals as well. So is my opponent. No one is doing on reveals this occasion. That is everyone shut down. Yes, you can use it in a way that is strategic, a way that is beneficial. You play it maybe as the last card in the location, but the benefits there, and the way you have to build the deck, build the location, you have to do a lot more specific things, and you take a hit when you're doing that. You're not taking a hit even when Luke Cage is flying at you with the sick combo break variant, right? Like, it's just, it makes sense to me. I don't know. Yeah. I've talked about it before, and I've already received flack. So this is my preloaded statement on this, because I really feel like I think just Luke just does too much.
Yeah. No, I like that. I'm gonna be a little crazy over here, right? You did a combo thing. I'm gonna do a combo thing. I think Red Skull should go back to ongoing and give enemy cards here +1 power instead of +2 power. Interesting.
Okay. Well, now I want to know the full combo here before I say anything.
So, of course, it's still the Sauron package, of course. I mean, we're still in a power heavy meta. I haven't seen a lot of Sauron. I think there's still a good bit of Sauron, probably pre-infinite. Maybe not right now, but it is something that comes back around all the time. But I think we're at a place now where Red Skull's not the biggest card in the game, and there's other cards that literally power over Red Skull. I think you don't tweak his power at all. You just tweak his ongoing ability. Typhoid Mary got tweaked her ongoing ability to help with the Surtur stuff. I think Red Skull could totally be in a place to help with his stuff. And then, with that in mind, I think we have proven that Taskmaster can go back to a 5 cost. I don't think we need Taskmaster at a 6 cost anymore.
The only reason I'm scared of Taskmaster at a 5 cost is because of how good this move bounce deck is already doing. So I don't want him I want to make it very clear. I don't like him at a 6 cost, but I think at a 5 cost, Taskmaster in particular would be busted in that, like I'm talking about that move bounce. I just think that deck, I think there's a deck. I think the deck out there has been. What is it? They said there was a deck they were concerned of with Taskmaster being used in. I think we've seen what that deck looks like. And if Taskmaster was a 5 cost in that deck, I think it'd be. I'm scared of the Taskmaster one. However, I'm easily sold on the Red Skull one. I'll say it. I'll put it that way, because I think I'm terrified of this card getting changed, very specifically.
I think the thing is, though, before Frigga came out, it was definitely going to be an issue with the move bounce. But now that you have Frigga, you can just move two huge human torches on the same turn, opposed to just copying one with Taskmaster. Unless maybe you are doing the magic version, and you might just have a bigger human torch in that sense, so you can do the Taskmaster things. I can totally see that. But I think the Frigga value is better than the Taskmaster value at the moment. But of course, I am being greedy here, trying to get both of these, Sauron cards changed. But I think
I respect the hustle.
But I think more
Honestly,
realistically, that the Red Skull is more applicable. I think than this.
I think if you pitch this and Sauron going to a 3/5, you say. But here's the thing: that we're in a place where 3/5 is just an okay ability.
Watch that be the change, though. They're like, we have a huge OTA, guys. Sauron's going to a 3/5.
You jest, but I believe
I would too. I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, well, we have a new Sauron variant coming out this month. We want to make Sauron more applicable, so we're going to make him a 3/5.
Yeah. No, I honestly think that Sauron should be a 3/5. That's not my OTA thing.
Yeah.
I thought that. I know you're a big Sauron Shuri guy, so I expected that for you, honestly. But I think. I can't agree with you on the Taskmaster, but I'm trying to offer. What is it? It's like
you're trying to compromise.
The deal game. What's the
deal or no deal?
Deal or no deal. Yeah. So you've offered me Taskmaster at 5/0. I instead offer you Sauron at 3/5.
And we make Lizard 2/7.
2/6.
2/6. I could do Lizard 2/6 with his same ongoing ability though. He loses 4 power whenever the 4 cards played. Yeah,
you could do that, or it could also just go back to a -3 even.
Yeah, Lizard needs some loving. That's another card. I know it's earlier pool, but his ongoing really sucks.
You remember when we said we were gonna just only do 4, and we were like, man, we have a lot of these we could talk about. Anyway,
well, it's a big OTA. So yeah, let's just hear it.
So we have a big talk. Anyway, I've got one more here.
Okay.
And my last one is a card that it's similar to one of the cards I talked about before, and you even mentioned it, Anti-Venom.
Oh boy, not my boy.
Dude, listen, Anti-Venom's a good card, but you can't tell me he's not too good.
Oh, he's definitely overtuned.
Yeah, they gave him a buff beforehand. I think I don't know if you undo that buff entirely. I don't know if he goes to a 4/6 or a 4/5, but
God. But what he does is
right,
so
wasn't he
good.
a 4/5 at a Datamine bet?
No, he was 4/6 and they made him 4/7. Unless before then he was 4/5, but yeah. I mean 4/6. I think I'm cool with him being a 4/6. I don't mind that at all.
Yeah, right. Like I don't think it kills the card. I just think if we're looking at what the card currently does, it doesn't need to be a 4/7.
Premium stats.
No. And again, that's part of the reason why I think Luke Cage should get nerfed, because also one of the things that I know you're gonna dislike this because I haven't said this yet and you didn't mention it, but I will. It makes the Anti-Venom worse. As well, with Luke Cage being at a 4. And I think that's still fair, because I think Anti-Venom is incredibly beneficial. I think Luke Cage is incredibly beneficial. And pulling both of them down just a bit is fine.
And I think then the Anti-Venom deck gets hurt a lot with Luke Cage going to a 4 cost, because if they're playing the Malekith version as well, you aren't able to draw Luke Cage with Malekith to be able to have that point
that's
swing.
Another thing I forgot to mention. Yeah.
But I think you still would run Zabu in that list, and you're more likely to run Zabu with that. I know a lot of people are going to hate that Luke Cage change, but I think there is a time and place. I mean, it's literally, especially if they do it before Bruce Banner comes out, would be really smart maybe too, to push more high Evo gameplay because of just how prevalent Luke Cage is overall.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they did a change there. But yeah, I think that's the gist, I think, of our OTA cards.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what we wanted to talk about here. I think those are the big ones that we really want to talk about, as well as apparently quite a few of our different ones that we wanted to at least mention just a bit. But was it as Marvel Snap has shown, that's very important to them. There's a lot of cosmetics in the game.
Yes.
Speaking of the cosmetics, we haven't mentioned it, but in the patch today, we did see a buff to Black Crackle.
Yes,
Black Crackle did get a little bit of love.
It's a little bit more visible, a little bit.
I think it's. I love how much more visible it is. It's also like all the black effects I think are more visible now, right? So I like that bit. However, I think that they just need to like see, like that's these look cool. I actually really think that they did a good change to this stuff, and it wasn't listed in the patch notes. I don't think. Maybe I missed it, but I didn't see it. But I will say, with that in mind, I kind of wish it had like been smoothed out a little bit more. You know what I mean?
They look a little chunky.
Right? Like, yeah, it's like chunky. I feel like I can see like some roughness there along the edges of the little tints, which I love the tint. I just want it like smooth it out smooth out the transition there. Like listen, as someone who does a lot of thumbnails, add a Gaussian blur, make it just 3%. You can do some stuff there, and then it's gonna be fine. I think that's literally all they need to do to this, and I think honestly, if they left Black Crackle like that, I'd be fine with it. My only issue is now it's just crunchy at those little spots.
Yes.
But it is such a good improvement.
Yes, from where it was like from earlier this year to where it is now, it's definitely been a really solid change. I do like that it's more visible. I haven't played with them in a game because I really haven't been playing a lot of Snap recently. So I'll have to see what that looks like later when I'm doing like my dailies or whatever. Sure. But I think there's definitely some of those just cosmetic changes that would be just healthy for the game that you don't have to spend any money on. It's just what's already in the game they can kind of change. But I think there are a couple items that I think they talked about in their roadmap and potentially some ideas we might have when it comes to just cosmetics in the game. And I think the first one that comes to mind for me is boards. Like just having new Snap boards, which they said they're working on. They said that in the roadmap earlier this year. Which we saw an example of a different board, which looked really awesome. I think that'd be really cool if they had a large variety of boards that came out at some point next year, because I'm assuming it's going to be next year, probably not this year. But that would be really cool just to have, because I know Runeterra does stuff that way. I believe TFT does stuff like that. So I think that would add another dynamic to personalize for yourself, and maybe even your opponent. Maybe your side of the board's different than their side of the board. At least that's what Runeterra does, or maybe it's just for you. But that's one of my main ones. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, no, I think boards are something that people have been asking for a bit, especially with I've been playing Pocket. Immediately there, day one, and it's so cool. It looks great, and I think it's just something. Again, maybe it's like the half and half thing. Maybe it's whoever has like the priority for the turn. Maybe it's maybe their board gets to be chosen.
That'd be cool.
So get to do fun stuff with that bit. But no, I agree entirely. I love that stuff. I think that should be something that is definitely added. Biggest thing that we saw it thankfully a little bit, right, with that Brood one apparently, but the token variants. I think the token variants are my favorite things, and I like my favorite pieces of art in Marvel Snap right now. At least in the game, I think it's just we have the nullified Mjolnir. We have venomized Bucky Barnes. And Squirrel Girl's Squirrels. Zombified.
And we have the winter variants of Debris, Korg, and Rockslide.
True. Yeah, we do have those as well. You're right. Yep. Those ones are a lot easier to forget about, I feel like. But no, I agree. I think those are some things that I would really I want to see more of those. I feel like I don't think they're going to be doing a thing as often where they're going to retroactively be adding them. And I'm sad about that, but I understand. However, I do want more of those.
Yes.
I think those do so much for the game. It makes it feel so much cooler. And I don't know. I want the Doctor Doom that was $100. The fact that there wasn't Doom bot variants in there. Like we have a new Datamine Ultimate Doom in there. If that one doesn't have fantasy Doom bots, I'm gonna be I don't know. I'll be very disappointed at that point.
Yeah, no, I think tokens would be amazing. Something I literally just thought of. I don't know if they're going to do this with character mastery, but what would be really cool with character mastery is if you do get a special border for getting a card maxed out. Like it's specific to that card itself, and it's not just like a banana border. It's not just like some theme border. Like maybe it is like a different type of like infinity border. Like it's just more animated, like it actually looks cooler, or like maybe a different type of gold on the border. Something you can really use to just flex. Yes, I've spent a lot of time on this character. I've split them a lot. They're my favorite card in the game. I'm just hoping that the borders that come out with character mastery actually look cool and maybe even pertain to that character. That is just a goal of mine, opposed to just some of the ones that we've seen data mined.
No, I like that. I agree. I think that's a very fair one. I think Something else I'd personally like to see is, we know they have different layers. So like all these are art images or just images, right? That they're just like doing a little bit of like animation. They're like flowy or whatever, right? And there's like so many different layers. I would like to see I don't know if it's a setting or what exists, but with the gold, with the ink, with all these different effects, I would like to be able to A and B potentially. I'd like both, but I'd be willing to accept just one. I like to be able to just turn up or down the percentage. I want to be able to see the gold on some of my stuff a little bit more. Like, for example, with this Darkhawk, there's a really cool space background behind here.
Yep.
Can't see. I'd love it if maybe the stars went in front. Like, we could put the stars at least in front of the gold. Or other stuff like just being able to mess with the layering of that, or even just turning down the percentage of how much it is. I think just being able to do that stuff, because also like maybe I get a black and white background or a color for a character that has the full color art on them.
Yeah.
Like being able to just mess with that bit. I think that's something in particular I'd love to be able to mess with, really, because as custom cards have now come out, I feel like your specific version of the card, unless it's like it's a god split, it feels a lot less special. So messing with those percentages a little bit to really make it your card, your custom card, I think would be really cool.
Yeah, no, I think that would be awesome. I think even going off of that, maybe if you get to a certain point in character mastery, you can mix splits. Maybe if you reach a certain point with a card, then you could do your ink with the right Kirby. But you still have to put that time into splitting that card more to be able to get to that tier, opposed to just, I got this already.
Top tier, that could be. Here's the thing. I will say in every other circumstance, I would have said no.
Yes.
But if that is the top tier of character mastery, you've reached, they said level 30 is the max?
Yeah.
If you've reached level 30, you can use any combination of what you have. I actually do not mind that in the slightest.
Because it still promotes you splitting the card multiple times. Maybe you get a god split before then and you stop, which is totally valid. But then you could also just have put the time in and you're like, okay, I want to do this now. Like I like that more. Yeah,
like even if you had bad luck with this stuff, you're like, you know what? I've had really bad luck, and maybe I don't care a lot about this stuff, but if I just do 2 more splits here, I get this to that point where I can unlock that stuff. I love that. No, I think that's in general, because again, you chasing that specific split is really cool, and I think it's a really good part of Snap. But if they let it go to that point in particular where you have to like put that much time and effort into it, I think I wouldn't mind it there. I'd love that. I think that'd be sick. The only other thing that I would personally have here in terms of like a last point is we're talking about all the cool stuff with custom cards. Give us more than one. Let me choose a random one.
Oh my gosh.
Every other thing I've ever seen has like, you can choose a random skin that you enjoy. You can choose you can have a pre-selected group of favorites.
Yep.
Let me choose 3 or 4 like different customizations for my stuff. So then I can be like, okay, this it just chooses one of my favorite different variants here. One of my different favorite custom variants. Because guess what? They've shown they can do that with all the different, like, you have favorited variant or favorited avatars, favorited card backs, favorited emotes. But for some reason, we don't see that still with the cards, the variants, the stuff where we have the most attention to. And that feels like a big miss to me.
Yeah. Because you have so many, like you said, you have so many different splits of cards. Maybe this game, I want to be surprised. I think that's the other thing. It's the surprise factor. Oh, what am I going to actually load into with today? Am I going to be able to have my Darkhawk with this split, or is it going to be this random one? But like you said, you pre-select which ones you want to be random on rotation. And so each time, it gives you just a new breath of fresh air, I feel. Even if you're playing the same deck all day, you're probably not going to get the same exact combination of every single card the entire time you're playing. So I think that would be actually a really cool feature.
And also, like, I've got you as well. Like, I have so many different variants that I really like, and I've chosen one for like Thanos, for I don't know, for Sunspot, for Nebula, for Goliath. And I've chosen my favorite one. I've just made that my custom card. But imagine if like my favorite split that I've done, I could just be like, okay, you know what? Whichever one you choose, just these are all my. I've given you like 4 or 5 of my favorite custom card versions of this card. And each game I load up, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm using the Infinity Gauntlet Thanos. Oh, cool. This game, I'm using the Venomized Thanos. Oh, cool. I'm using the Peach Moko Thanos. I'm using the Pixel Thanos. I like pixels. I don't care. I just am using a different one each time. That'd be sick.
Yeah. I'd be so down. And I think that's just like the surface of some of the cosmetics. We could go on and on and on, but
We could be yapping.
But I mean, this is Marvel Yap, you know. But do you have any final remarks for our loyal, beautiful listeners we have?
The most remarkable thing I will be pointing out is youtube.com/@Tucker, a great YouTube channel, which guess what? If you're watching this, you're subscribed, or you should be at least. If you're not, you better start. If you do that, each week you'll get to see some cool new Marvel Yap. What is it? We typically try to do it at least Tuesday mornings. We've
normally
moved it a little bit because of like holidays and stuff. Which, speaking of holidays, so don't forget, we've got a Friends holiday Christmas sweater today.
There you go.
Central Park. I love it. It's really fun. But even more fun is twitch.tv/TUCCRR. Tucker does a lot of really great content there. Marvel Snap, Marvel Rivals, he's been playing a lot of as well.
My goodness.
In case he hasn't made that obvious today. And he's got the TikTok. He's got Twitter. Follow him on all the platforms. Same username everywhere. Make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're commenting, liking, and subscribing wherever you can, I guess. I don't know. But I don't know, Tucker, anything else you want to throw out today?
Before you guys do any, and I mean any of that, I need you guys to stop, pause the video right now. And I want you to look down in the description below. And I want you guys to click all of notmydance's links. Absolutely phenomenal content creator across all platforms, whether it is Twitch, YouTube, which he is going to be making YouTube content soon, or Twitter as well. He might be doing TikTok stuff. Who knows? But all of Dance's info is going to be down in the description below. Please, please, please follow him on all those platforms. He freaking deserves it. This man puts in the work. He puts in the time. He puts in the hours. Like, for real. He deserves way more love than he has right now because we freaking love this dude. I love this dude. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video. You can now unpause the video. And we appreciate you guys.
You said to pause before you gave any instructions. I didn't want to tell.
Okay, they know. Okay, I'm
sorry.
I'm
sorry.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys don't watch next week's Yap, Merry Christmas. And we're excited for all this new stuff we have coming this end of the year, this next year. Hopefully this OTA is actually impactful and we don't have another month of just crying and stuff, whatever. But yeah, thank you guys once again so much for watching. Until the next one, it's been real. God bless and laters.